Welcome to a new interview at the Meta Economist TV. Today we're going to talk with the next engineer, but a new specialist in Web3 technologies. So welcome to Silvio Luchetti. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you, Ilaria, for inviting me in Meta Economist. Thank you very much. I'm really glad to be here.
So here we always want to make a comparison between the ancient economy and the new economy. So let's start talking about your experience and how you, let's say, fell in love with these new technologies after an engineer formation.
Yeah, great. Well, I just started to study computer science. That in Italy is called like computer engineering. So it's just like an engineer from school, bachelor degree, right? And in that period, I just programmed a social network. Social network is what is defined by all the world Web 2.0. Web 1 was the web where you just can read. Web 2 is the web where you just can read and write because you have comments, you can just write blogs and you can interact with people. And Web 3 is owning. So the main difference between my formation, that is Web 2 and Web 3, is the fact that right now I'm in the new level where I make platform that allows people to read, to write, but also to own. In the Web3 world, okay, there are several solutions to Web2 problems. One of the problem is, for example, that let's say Facebook, let's say Instagram, they have a take rate of 100%. That means that the profit that it comes from ads and other business, they're just for them, 100%, almost 100% for them. They're going to redistribute a little part to the creators. In Web3, it's the completely opposite. Let's take, for example, OpenSea, an NFT marketplace. It gives almost everything to the creator and it takes just 2.5%. You see how the world is changing with Web3? So in that evolution, I find myself to just, I've learned the old models. Right now, I'm starting to approach the new ones. And I think that the new ones are here to stay.
So what do you think are the real goals that all human beings can achieve using this new technology? I mean, from everyday life to the professional life, because I know you are an advice also for business and also for entrepreneur.
Yeah. Let's say that the application of Web3 is so huge that there are a lot of applications. I'm just mentioning a few of them right here. So let's take, for example, a musician. Right now, a musician to just produce an album should go to a major label and ask for money for the production of the album. And after, the production, it will take like 20% of the revenues, and 80% of the revenues stay to the label, right? So it's just like, okay, you give me money up front, but right now I'm just earning a small percentage of all the revenues. With Web 3.0, the artist can just issue a collection, an NFT collection of 10,000 pieces. That collection represents his album. He can fund his album with the NFT collection, and whoever who owns the NFT can get 20% of the revenue of the album itself. So the artist in this case receive the initial funds and receive 80% of the revenue. So this is just amazing. This is one application.
Yeah, it feels like very democratic and a sense of freedom in what we do, also in the creative work.
Yeah.
So Besides, you are also the let's say anchorman of a new startup based in Switzerland. So let's talk about this also.
I'm from Italy actually, but I moved in Switzerland like in 6 months of here in Lugano, and yes, there is. I've just take part of different several startups, but one of the main one is Startup Grind Lugano. That is actually a startup that has the mission to develop the startup ecosystem, and I focus this chapter because Startup Grind is an international association, and that has several chapters, and I focus this chapter on Web3. So I'm just creating all the connection of the all the connection of all the Web3 companies and all the Web3, let's say, solo entrepreneur, in order to create an ecosystem that can foster the adoption. And also Lugano is a really nice place to do that because there is the B plan that makes Bitcoin legal tender. And there are several things that Lugano is doing to just ease the adoption of these new technologies.
Okay, so if you have to say, you're based in Europe, right? But can you tell us which country do you think is doing better or using better these new technologies like NFT and blockchain?
Well, I'm just considering the best NFT collections all over, and they are based in America. So it's just the Bored Ape Yacht Club is one of the best NFT collection. So based on that, I would say America, but also Asia is doing really great, especially with play to earns, with all the application of gaming and also other applications. But let's say that Asia and America are the one that are actually innovating the most with this technology. In Europe, we are just following them, and I think we are doing great here in Europe, but we are just one step behind. This is my opinion.
Okay. So last question. You also are a university professor. So what is the balance between these two phases? I mean, one is advising entrepreneurs and companies, and the other one is to teach other people how to manage with this new technology. What do you prefer, and what are the differences between these two part of your work?
Well, this is a really nice question. I'm just going straight with the answer. I prefer just teaching. I like just talking. I like just transferring energy. I like to be on stage. I like to just speak. So this is my natural, how do you say, my natural thing, right? Speak and teach and try to make complex things simpler. This is my goal. And yes, when you teach, you need to give more the notion. You need to transfer why this is important, why you should care. One of the mistakes of the people that are teaching is that they are just giving notion, and they don't transfer why they should care about what I'm saying, right? And so this is a challenge that I really love to take, and this for when I'm teaching university, but also business schools and also companies. I'm doing like private form teaching and stuff like that. So when I'm actually doing things, the skills that you need to have is to understand people, to understand which are their resistance, because when you're just introducing innovation in a company, there is always some friction. So you need to be really good at trying to see the friction and trying to just manage that friction in order to let them conceive that this innovation would help them in the business model, especially for the advisor stage of a company. My company,
At least we can say you make them trust in something that they really don't know yet.
Yeah, sort of like, just trust me. They're just you see those video where there are people blinded and say, trust me, go ahead, and they just fall apart. Yes, Masoud,
Exactly. So our time is just finished, but I am really, really happy to have this interview with you, Silvio, because I really feel like you're passionate about this, and that's exactly the same thing we wanted to transfer, to use your own word. We want to transfer to our public, to the people that are reading or watching the Met Economist. So thanks again for this interview. And as I say to all my guests, I really invite you to write down whenever you want here in our space at the Met Economist.
Thank you very much, Ilaria. It was really a nice talk. Thank you.